Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Beginning from episode 7, instead of focusing on life and death problems, we will look at some strategies that could attack and capture keystones of our opponents, which could help our surrounded stones escape. In Chinese, we call this situation 追杀, trying to chase and then kill. Now let's get started. Here comes our first problem. Now that we see this group of black stones is surrounded by white stones, but obviously we see that there are a lot of weaknesses for this group of white stones. But what is the real sequence, or what can we step to really kill white because of its weaknesses? Well, the first step involves black placing here. White attempts to connect. However, black goes here and finally goes here to reduce liberties, making white's liberties tighter. In this way, we know that black is able to form what is called futile connection, which I've introduced before, and in Chinese it's called 接不归. So that in this situation, 5 of those white stones are dead, so it makes an escaping way for this group of black stones. This is our second problem. Again, we see that those 3 black stones are surrounded, but those 6 white stones seem to have very tight liberties, as we've seen in our last episode, so it is a very familiar circumstance. How can black escape in this situation? Well, it only involves killing those 2 or 3 white stones outside. How can we do that? You can pause the video now to think about an answer. Okay, so the answer is actually wedge here. Wedge in Chinese is called wa, and if white wants to escape, it must go here or go here to make an atari for black. However, in this case, black cuts. If white continues to capture this black stone, black goes here and then finally goes here. In this situation, it is what we call turtle stuck in its shell, and in Chinese, it's called 乌龟不出头. So in this situation, it is very much like a turtle. However, if white goes here, then black will capture all of those white stones. So we call this a turtle stuck in its shell, as it cannot escape from the shell. If now, after wedging and after black cuts, white goes here and it goes here, white sticks or connects, black will just eat those 3 white stones, and vice versa. So if white attempts to make an atari from the other side, namely from this side, black goes here, and then it is the same case. So that in this case, black eats the 2 white stones from this side and escapes the 3 black stones. Third problem. The key to this problem is actually to seal our opponent's way of getting out. Now that white is already separated from the rest of its family, it must think of a way to kill black in order to escape. So in this situation, our first impression or consideration will be white going here to cut those 4 black stones from the rest of its stones. However, if white cuts here, black can use the strategy of going here to make an atari first. If white captures, then black makes a solid extension. In this way, black is able to escape. So white firstly cutting here is not the correct step. How can we do that? Well, it involves a tactic of going here to seal our opponent's way of getting out or escape. if black continues to try to escape, it must go here, and then white wedges again. Black blocks, white cuts. In this way, we can see that it also forms what we call turtle stuck in its shell, just like the last problem we've seen. The fourth problem, we've come to a more complicated situation where white seems not to be able to kill black in any case. For example, if it wedges here first, black is able to go here, and if white now cuts here, black can go here, so that it makes an Atari to this white stone. In this case, white has to connect, and black connects. Now let's try a different method. If white firstly cuts here, black goes here to make an Atari, white connects, black goes here, also connecting those 3 black stones to the rest. So in this circumstance, how can we do? Well, actually wedging here is still the best option. Just like we've seen, black now blocks. However, now we see from this problem from another perspective. White now cuts from this direction instead of going here. It cuts now. If black captures and makes an Atari, white connects. If black continues to go here, white cuts again. And now we see that black has no method of making those 3 black stones escape because it also forms turtle stuck in its shell, just like the last 2 problems we've seen. So this problem is actually more difficult than the last 2 ones, but after some careful thinking and some careful considerations and calculations, we can still solve this problem by using a row and series of tactics on the game board. Finally, our last problem. Apparently, we see that there is some nasty weakness in this territory of white, but again, the sequence is very important. The correct sequence includes black goes here, white connects, black hangs, white goes here or cut or connects here, and black makes a diagonal move, which is the most important step in this problem. After this move, if white connects, black connects too. And we can see now that the entire group of white stones is killed because it does not have as many liberties as those 2 black stones or those 3 black stones in this case. If we change another direction, white connects here, black also makes this move, and the same case happens for both situations. So we can see that the sequence of stepping and moving is very important in solving these kinds of problems.